Today we will discuss about the pin diagram of 8051 microcontroller, and previous lecture already we have discussed about the block diagram. Already that time previous lecture I told about it is a device, it's a highly integrated device in which CPU, memories, IOs, timers, then input output ports all are fabricated single IC. So same thing, the block diagram and then pin diagram are correlated to each other. So pin diagram is a 40 pin IC, 8005 microcontroller 40 pin IC. So we will discuss one by one from pin number 1 to pin number 40. So basic features in that in previous lecture I told that about the basic features of the 8051 microcontroller. It's a 40 pin IC. It requires 5 volts. Then it is a 8-bit microcontroller. It has 16 address lines, two address lines, and then so that means another the 4K RAM memory, location memory, program memory is 4K, and 128 byte is the RAM for the user and 128 byte for the program. So total 256 RAM is there. That means for the 128 byte for the user, 128 for the processor. For the maximum memory we can access using this microcontroller is 2 raised to the power 16, that is 64 kilobyte. So the regarding the memory, so we'll see the pin number from here. Pin number 1 to 8, we are port 1, and then pin number 10 to 18 is a port 3. Pin number 39 to 32, 32 is a port 0, and then 21 to 29 is a port 2. So there are 4 ports are there, each port having 8 pins. And then here if we'll see about the port P1.0, P1.0, that means P1 ports we can use here, we can configure individually also pin wise. Okay, sometimes you want to use each IO port, so then you have to use a P port, complete port. Otherwise, individually, suppose you are interfacing a single LED, at that time you can use a single P1.0 if you want to generate square wave on that particular port. So you require the single pin of so that means you require the single any one of them. So out of the 32 pins, you can use any one of them. If you require more than 32, so at the time you have to use another type of microcontroller, stick microcontroller, AVR microcontroller. So some limitations are there here. And then this is the IO. IO means input as well as the output. You can use as the input. For example, you are taking input from the sensor, so it is being used as the input. If you want to some display on the LCD and LED like that, want to interface any actuators, for that you can use as a output port. So IO means input as well as the output port. Next RST means restart finish diagram. Next pin number 10 RXD means receiver serial receiver pins P3.0 is these pins are used for dual purpose port as well as the RXD means receiver the serial data. TXD means transmit the serial data, and then interrupts. There are five interrupts are there. INT 0 interrupts, INT 1 interrupts, timer 0 and timer 2. There are two timers are there. Timer 0 and timer 1 both are 16-bit timers. So these timers are used to generate the delay as well as for the counter. And then in so next lecture we'll discuss about the timer detail and T mode register for the next read or write signal oscillator, two pins for the oscillator, the A clock frequency of the oscillator is 11.0592 MHz. Ground pin. Next pin number 21 to 29. This is the as equal to as well as address lines. Higher address lines are there. Earlier I told that total 16 address lines are there. So these 8 lines we can use as a higher address lines also. Next port P1 that 29 PSEN program store enable pins was used for the external to connect the device external memory for that Wi-Fi use. Next address latch enable is being for the multiplexing line. Whenever we will use the same line data line and host line, that time we can use. Next, EA external address when we'll access the data from the external memory like 8031 microcontroller does not have any memory. On that time we can use this particular pin to access memory. P1 the P0 to be this P0 line, so the address as well as the multiplex lines are there. So port as well as here dual lines we can use for this one. Next, VCC is the voltage required 5 volt supply is to chip. So this is regarding the um, pin diagram of the 8051 microcontroller. On the next lecture, we will discuss about the instruction set and other things. Thank you.